Who? Am I? Yes, I am. Good morning. Buenos dias. Please rise in body and or spirit and join us in hymn number 360 in the gray hymnal. Everything's in the gray hymnal today. It's called Here We Have Gathered. We'll give folks just a few minutes to get in endorsement. There we go. Douglas. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm wearing glasses and black pants and a black and white shirt. And I am your worship associate for this service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County. I had COVID a couple of weeks ago, so I'm a little shortness of breath. I've tested negative, so not to worry about that, but if I sound weird, that's why. The theme of this month is building belonging. Belonging is the fundamental human need to be accepted, valued, and included in a group or a community. This is a group or community which fosters a sense of security, connection, and overall well-being. It is a personal feeling experience that provides emotional support, reduces anxiety and depression, and is essential for mental and physical health. Developing belonging involves intentional effort or trying. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of someone else, and building trusting relationships where you can feel safe to be who you are or your authentic self. How many of you have ever experienced the feeling of belonging? Would anybody be willing to share where that was or how that happened? When did you feel like you were belonged? Yes.
In the last couple of weeks, I lost my third dog, and I can't really tell you how many cards and phone calls, and it just, if there was ever a doubt that I didn't belong here, that wiped that out. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis. Anybody else share when you felt like you belonged somewhere? And we had a lot of hands raised before. Mary Lou.
The very first time I came here, I really felt welcomed. So I came early because that's who I am. And I was told, you're way early, but why don't you try that conversation among friends group? And they were so welcoming and inviting, and hearing their conversation, I knew, oh, these are my people. I fit, I belong.
Thank you. Any other examples? Yeah, Joseph.
Yes, when I came here, what was it, July 2012? Yeah, as soon as I walked in the door, I saw happy faces, and Kathy and Ginger invited me to chat with them, and there was a little time for socializing and food and drink, and sat with them for a good while and learned about the fellowship and what was going on here, and I felt connected, which was really a good feeling.
How about how you felt like they belonged and might not have been in church? Hi.
After my husband passed away, I felt homeless and was very sad every day.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to lose a place where you feel belonging and connected, especially by a spouse. Yeah. How about other than congregation? Where'd you feel like you belonged? I'll share one. When I was younger, the first time I felt like I really belonged was in band. I had a group. I had my people. Yeah, yeah. Any other examples?
Chorus.
Yeah. Chorus? Yeah. Okay. Funny thing, here we are. Yeah.
I have one.
Yes.
Work.
Work.
Especially
Yeah.
in like healthcare.
Mhm.
It's
Great.
You tend to band and have your people.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's dark,
But you have your people. Thank you. Yeah. Any others? Yeah. Shelley.
It's pretty simple. So I used to teach George Mason University, and I never felt like I belonged more than amongst the students that were learning and living and on campus and trying to learn more and be better.
Nice.
So,
Thank you. Yeah.
Girl Scout.
Oh, Girl Scouts. Yeah. Yeah. Any others we've missed? All right. Thank you very much. If you have not already experienced belonging somewhere, I welcome you, and we welcome you, to experience belonging within our community. Each week, we gather together by sending an invitation, even though we're scattered in many different places, and whether our sacred space be virtual or live. We do acknowledge those of you watching virtually, so that you too know, should you choose, that even though we cannot see you and you cannot see all of us, you at home also belong to this community. Whatever your faith or the country of your heritage, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whomever you love, you are welcome here. And whether you skipped in or shuffled in, we don't have any skippers today, bummer. Okay, yeah, I was hoping for that. Or shuffled in or wheeled in, you are welcome here. Whether you are relatively new to our community or have been an active member for years, you are welcome here. We're glad you chose this congregation as your place of worship today. I'd like to mention a few items that you may have heard before, but for those who are newer, these items help us run the service more smoothly. We're being broadcast live on YouTube, and the recording will be available on our UUFCC channel after the service. Consequently, for privacy concerns, we use first names and last initials when we remember. This is a good time to put your phones in meditation mode if you haven't already. We do have hearing assistance devices available in the back, the tech folks. And for those with us virtually, perhaps watching in your comfy chair, you may wish to have a chalice or candle available for our chalice lighting ritual. Finally, I'm thankful for all those of dedicated people who make this service and community possible. Starting with those of you here today and those of you at home. What would we do without Anna and Sandy in the office? Now, Sandy's not here either. Oy, okay. Let's see. Our music director, Margaret, is back. Yay! And our cast of volunteers, including our chalice lighter. And who wants to volunteer to be the chalice lighter today? Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. And our hymnal and order of service helpers outside there. The decorators, cleaners, greeters, kitchen folks, goodie providers, Aheen in the kitchen back there, sweepers in and out, and our tech wizards in the back. I see, yes, Corey and Tom and Doug are all there. And we're so grateful. If you too, music for the background, how nice, okay. If you too would like to be a part of helping out, please contact me after the service, because it's fun and you don't have to make a giant commitment. If this is your first time here, or your second time, or you're returning from some time away, please stand or wave in body or spirit and state your first name and where you are from so that we can welcome you. Doug is coming around with a mic so everybody can hear.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm just visiting this morning. I live in Port Charlotte. I've just moved here, so I'm just
Welcome, Kate.
Welcome.
Anyone else? First or second time here? No? Okay. This is a downside of leftovers of COVID. Excuse me. Okay. If you haven't already, Kate, feel free to speak to somebody after the service, find out more about us. If you're new at home, you can wave to us too. And if you'd like to learn more about our fellowship, you can email Anna or Sandy at the office at uufcc.org or visit our delightful website. We'll now have a prelude with Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. It's great to have you back. Our chalice lighting words today are from Reverend Raleigh Weaver through Soul Matters. As we light this chalice, we remember that belonging is not a place, but a promise to see one another as worthy, to offer space for each soul to be its full self. In the words of William Eller Channing, the great end of life is not happiness, but to feel worthy of happiness. May this flame, which appears shortly, there we go. May this flame remind us that belonging comes out of feelings of being worthy and seeing the worth in each person. Worth in each moment we share and worth in the community we build together. As the light grows, may we nurture a space where all are seen, heard, and valued. And may we continue the work of building a beloved and inclusive community. Now, while our chalice is lit here, and those of you at home light your chalices, please join me in reciting our affirmation, which is in the thing here. Thank you, order of service. Can I blame that on COVID too? Okay, good, all right. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and serve it is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. Please rise in body and or spirit again for number 134 in the gray hymnal. Our world is one world. Our opening words are by Dr. David Breeden. Welcome, friends, newcomers, old-timers, seekers, skeptics, saints of habit, and rebels of the heart. I know you out there. Here, we gather not because we think the same, but because we choose to journey together. Belonging is not something given. It is something we build with open hands and open hearts. It is made in sharing of stories, the holding of silences, and the courage to show up as we are. Here, we practice a radical hospitality, not of perfection, but of presence. May we make this place a shelter for the soul and a workshop for justice, a sanctuary where love is not merely spoken, but lived. Deeply, again, in trust, in hope, in the spirit of belonging. We have a long tradition at UUFCC of sharing our joys, sorrows, and life milestones by entering them into the book of life. These messages can be written in the red book, which lives in the back of the sanctuary, and Lynn is bringing up. Those at home are welcome to email your entries into the book of life at uufcc.org. There's nothing in it? Okay, thank you. So I'll be here. This is the red book in the future, if anybody wants to write in it. We also embrace the tradition of dropping stones in the bowl. The water symbolizes the community, and the stones represent your joy or sorrow or milestone. I won't read anything. Okay. I now invite you to come forward over here on the side here, should you choose, and embrace the tradition of dropping the stones in the bowl. Wow. You can drop either in silence or share briefly, aloud, and there will be time for announcements later in the service.
Good morning, all. My name is Lori. I'm Helen's daughter. As I don't think too many people know, my mom is back in the hospital again. She's been there since early Tuesday morning. She had to have her small intestine separated from another part of her body. And she's doing okay, but I've noticed she's not her happy, perky self that she usually is. She's in Advent Hospital, 3rd floor, room 308. I'm really asking if you could please send your thoughts and your prayers to her. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shelley. I got home yesterday afternoon. I don't have a clue what I was doing, and looked down my the newsreel and saw that thousands of people gathered together in Washington, D.C. to protest the National Guard being in their space. From that area, I'm from that area, so it was very, very heartwarming to see that. I've participated in protests before. It's just heartwarming to know that we still have a voice, that we can still express our feelings, and hopefully this continues and somebody will listen to us. Thank you.
I have a joy, and it's this fellowship, because on behalf of CARE, the Center of Abuse and Rape Emergencies, you all filled the huge box I set up out there for clothing for victims of rape when they're in the emergency room. Thank you.
I have my driver's license back. And I want to thank all of you for communing with me this whole year, that I learned so much about sharing my needs, trusting, and this community providing beautiful support, that I'm actually so glad I lost it, that I could experience the beauty of sharing with you. Thank you.
I'm Dennis, and I have a real joy to share. My daughter, her name is Katie, and her partner is Jeff. And Jeff has had numerous cancers over a long period of time, and we thought it was just a matter of time before he would die. He's now on a brand new experimental drug. And when he went in this week for scans, all these spots on his liver and other places disappeared.
Wow.
So
Oh my
we have new hope.
Wow. Wow. Oof.
My name is Michael M., and I saved my little story of belonging for this, Lori. I just returned from 2 weeks in Portland, Oregon, which has kind of been it's my home base. I lived there for over 26 years, and I'm still working for my office there, so I had to touch base with the office, and the spirit of belonging really touched me there because it's an area that also, besides work and my colleagues, which are wonderful, I have family and dear friends there. And it was just kind of a revitalization of, a refueling, I guess, of my spiritual capacity, spiritual, emotional, mental. For those of you who have never been there or don't know about Portland, because it's a little strange sometimes. In fact, the slogan of Portland is "Keep Portland Weird." And they're very proud of that. We are very proud of that. And in fact, one of our dear friends here in the congregation, Carolyn Keller, she flew out of all the places in the world that she has visited, and you guys know that she's been everywhere. She has never been to Portland, Oregon, so she wanted to come. And I expect to see her face on a billboard. She had a wonderful time roaming the city, and with the slogan, "Keep Portland Weird," and she is the face of that, if you know her. But it was a great time experience seeing family and friends. 97 degrees in Portland, which doesn't happen all the time, but this is the time of year that it happens, and the beauty and just the people. And Shelley, speaking of the DC issues, I'm sure Portland is on the list someplace, but they are prepared to also march and protest about things like that, which has always been a wonderful experience for me, how the voice of logic and rationality really is seen there. So it's great to be back. It's great to be back with my mother, but I did receive a refueling and the sense of belonging there. Thank you.
This day, I often think
Yeah.
this day, I often think my persons have passed away. My husband has passed away. I want God to be my.
These days I often think, my parents have passed away, my husband has passed away. I want God to be my parent because God is with me forever and ever.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Let us take a few moments for reflection and your wonderful playing. Yes. For those not familiar, this symbol is the clapping for those who cannot hear. But we hear, many of us here. All right. I'm now pleased to introduce our pastoral minister, Reverend Ann Barker. In addition to meeting with people individually and in our women's group, you will hear about Ann's new groups coming up during the announcements. Please welcome Ann Barker.
Someone once pointed out to me that in some of my talks, I repeat the theme over and over, and he found that distressing. But it's so you at least hear the message, and today at the very end of my talk, there will be a test. I have a little dirty secret, so please don't tell Crystal. At lunchtime, I sit down at the dining room table and turn on the TV. What am I watching? Scott Brothers' program Forever Home, where the twins renovate people's homes into homes they are planning to live in forever. Walls are knocked down, floors ripped up, windows relocated, bathrooms changed to meet the needs of the family, and the house is staged in their style preference. Always, the families are overwhelmed when they step into their redesigned and improved home. Yes, the family gets to keep the staging, furniture, and decor. What a perfect forever home. Another show I sometimes watch, do you get the idea how my afternoons are spent? Rehab Addict, featuring a woman who takes an absolutely unspeakable older home and restores it to its former glory. Then Nikki sells these renovated older homes to people who will love them along with their imperfections. They may have suffered fire, flood. They've often been abandoned for 5 years or more, and some have been condemned. One home she bought from Minneapolis for $1 was hours away from demolition. Because Nicole Curtis' goal is to restore them to the closest possible version of their original state, there is a lot of sweat equity in those homes. When not on site, guiding her workers to exactly what she wants to see, she scours antique shops, lumber reclamation yards, and even the garbage at the curbside to find treasures which match the time period of the house she is restoring. Old glass in windows is repaired with authentic glass of that time period. Original hardwood floors scraped of many, many iterations of which she does not approve, are stained, and once they are renovated, they're gorgeous. Kitchens received old new cabinets and new appliances. She is a perfectionist about high-quality renovations, but is willing to accept imperfections because that's how older homes should look. These may not be to everyone's taste, but those who buy and move into these homes, they expect it to be their forever home. We all know it may not be forever because life happens. A job may force them to move. A natural disaster might destroy this home, and they have to begin again. Have you ever thought of a faith community as your forever spiritual home? Do you have an image of such a spiritual home? What might need to be changed within you to make the home just right for your soul? Are there ideals, beliefs, traditions, or expectation that need to go on the scrap heap? Do some just need a bit of polish and elbow grease to restore them? How will you know when you have found your forever spiritual home? More questions. Were you raised in a spiritual tradition? Were your family occasional attenders or deeply committed? Think back to that time and place. How did it feel? If you had no faith home, how did that feel when most of your friends had a church or synagogue or other community which was important to them? When was it you began to move away from your previous spiritual home and began searching for something else, uniquely yours? Was it in high school or college? Did you learn somewhat later in life that people do not need to believe in God, deity, all-powerful one, but rather needed to take responsibility for their own growth and behavior? Now, the most important question. Who or what brought you to Unitarian Universalism? Is there anyone in the room who was raised in this tradition? That's generally true. People chose to come here. What were you expecting and hoping for? I know I just asked a lot of questions, but by thinking on these things, you may find a home for the next little while or your forever spiritual home. UUism has become the forever home for many people who did not fit into any other faith community. But make no mistake, for the long haul, you can't just sit in the chairs and glide along. You need to take a good look at yourself and what you are seeking. There may be some internal work you need to do to fit into your forever spiritual home. Likewise, you have to be prepared to see the flaws and imperfections of a new faith community as beautiful and part of its charm. You need to take time to get to know the people and their history, and then you can begin to make suggestions to make it more wonderful for everyone. Then, when you are ready, you can get to work making this community just a glowing light for many in this area who are seeking a forever home. For many in this fellowship, this is their forever home, and they are regular attenders and participants to the best of their ability. You can cite many reasons for their loyalty, but I bet few of you would name seeing prayers answered. But that is what I have seen in just the short time I have been with you. I have heard this prayer spoken many times. We want to see young people and younger people join our band of wanderers and worshipers. Look around. Wouldn't you know it? The youngest people who've been coming are not in the room. But we can see younger people, and many who are not quite as hoary-headed as most of us. There are new programs being developed, more exciting, bringing hope and joy and information to the congregation. People are waiting excitedly for the, I don't know what you're calling it, but the group that will meet to learn more about Unitarian Universalism and this fellowship and the ways they can become involved. In my experience, such classes help folks find their place in the fellowship and make a long-term commitment. So, might I suggest doing regular maintenance on your own soul to keep it healthy and strong? Do your part to make this fellowship the most beautiful, meaningful, and exciting spiritual home possible. Take care of yourself and the members and friends who come here to grow their own souls. Express your gratitude to the universal life force energy of the cosmos, by whatever name you call it, and enjoy the wonderful feeling of being able to think and believe as you will, as long as it harms none other. Don't forget to invite others to join us here and maybe find their, say it with me, forever spiritual home. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Ann. I have to tell you, in my short life here on this planet, I always steer away from anything that says forever. But I appreciate you using that word because it's helpful for me to think of what that means to me. And well, I've grown up as an adult as a day at a time person, so I have to do it that way. But I can day at a time for the rest of my life. Thank you. We'll now have the offering. As many of you know, in our tradition, congregations exist because of the generous support of members and friends. It is our privilege and our responsibility to ensure the health and the future of this fellowship. To this end, your offerings support our ministry, whether by pledge or donation, or may be offered online. If you haven't pledged before and you appreciate this community, consider a pledge of any amount, which helps us to plan ahead. If you have questions about this, see Shelley, our treasurer. Shelley, can you wave? She's doing this. I think she's hiding. There's several ways you can give. You can drop your donation in the baskets that are being passed around by the greeters, Joseph and Lynn. You can mail checks to the office, drop them in our mailbox, or call the office to make other arrangements. We're also equipped to accept donations at UUFCC offering through the Venmo app, if you're an app person. Your generosity is always appreciated. If you're here with us for the first time, do not feel obligated to give. Your presence is our gift. We'll now have a harp solo by Margaret during our offering. Now it's time to highlight the UUFCC special events and activities. We call this Life of the Community. Please remember to check your weekly UUFCC updates, which are a great resource. And also there's events on the back of your order of service, if you have one of those. And if you haven't been getting your updates, please fill out the form on the welcome desk in the front vestibule out there. The updates include dates and details of all kinds of different opportunities you might enjoy through us here or through the UU Association and various other local events. We also have a great website that's chock full of information at uufcc.org, and it changes regularly. Being that they're not here, they don't like to take credit. I can say that Laura L. and Laura A. do the website, and they do a great job as our web weavers. Additionally, if you'd like to have fellowships events highlighted yourself, you can email us at bookoflife@uufcc.org. Today we have the following events. We have some folks that are going to come up and share a few things. Who wants to? Reverend Ann, you want to talk about your groups first?
Yes.
Okay, good.
On Wednesday, September 17th, at 2 o'clock here at the Fellowship, we will begin a magnificent journey around the world looking at the goddesses of other cultures and traditions. It's a wonderful program, multidimensional, and it's just, for some women, life transforming to realize the long history of goddess worship, of the influence of goddesses in cultures. So please feel free to come. It will meet every Wednesday thereafter until close to the holidays, when we'll take a break.
Are men welcome?
Men are welcome. I have never led a group that had men, so I'd like a new life experience. So yes, it is open to men, but recognize that it is focused on goddesses. So, but men would be welcome if they'd like to join us. And also on the last Saturday of this month and every Saturday thereafter at 10, from about 10 to 12, we will have a caregivers group for those persons who are caring for someone in their life who requires a lot of energy from them. And so we're going to meet to share ideas, to share experiences. It is a no judgment space, so don't feel you can't talk about how angry you may be with the person you're caring for sometimes, how exhausting it is if you lose sleep, all of those kinds of very real experiences. So keep those two things in mind, and I'm very excited to be leading them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. Yes, come on. Randy. Can you come up or get a mic? One of the two? Okay. Thank you.
So we are members of the Social Justice Alliance, and we're going to meet here on Friday. It is at 10 a.m., not 9:30. So if you come at 9:30 and you don't see anybody, it's because it's 10. So I just wanted to let you know that. And we're doing a lot of things, so everybody's welcome.
What are you doing?
Oh. Well, we do anything that's social justice oriented. So anything that's coming down the road that we can participate in, we would be part of that as those issues arise. We also have an annual event that we do in February, and we're planning something now. So if you want to be part of a big gathering with social justice at its core, please come to our meeting.
So we'll be surprised we have to show up. Okay, Joseph. Run, Joseph, run. Look at him run. Woo! It's breathtaking.
Oh, yeah, there was somebody looking for a skip today. Okay, thanks. My name's Joseph. I'm the membership coordinator. We have some exciting events coming up. So next Sunday, we're going to have a drop-in chalice circle. The topic is aging. So it's a deep listening format. We'll form a little group, and we'll have a reading and some discussion. So that's pretty exciting. And then on the 20th, for those of you who want to learn more about UU, want to pursue a path to membership, we are having a new to UU group, as mentioned earlier, on Saturday, August 20th, starting at 10 o'clock. So please reach out to me or the office. I'm Joseph. You can also email at membership@uufcc.org. So thanks. Okay.
Thank you, Joseph. Michael, you want to come up and say something about the Spanish group? Thank you. We have all kinds of cool stuff happening here.
Thank you for the reminder. So, Clase de Español, we're going to start a 8-week Spanish class on Tuesday, September 16th from 9 to 11 here at the fellowship. And every Tuesday, basically, yes, from 9 to 11. There should be some flyers, I believe, that are printed that might be out in the hallway. And I'm the contact, so if you're interested, feel free. On the flyer is my cell phone and my email address. And yeah, we're hoping to have a lovely young class. This is for beginner Spanish, so don't be intimidated by anything. And there'll be some people from all different levels, but mostly beginners. Okay.
Thank you, Michael. There's also a fee to that, right, which is $75, which is a donation to the congregation here, right? And it lasts 7 weeks, I believe. Yeah, 7 weeks. 8 weeks. 8 weeks, okay. Shelley? Yeah, hi.
I'm Shelley. In the spirit of open meetings, our board meeting, I don't believe, is this Thursday, and it's certainly not at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I think that it is the 18th at 1:30 p.m., but I'll double check. But anyway, don't show up at 1:30 on Thursday because nobody's going to be there, and you probably won't get in the building. Thank you.
Tuesdays, right? Tuesdays. Yeah.
Thursdays.
I mean, the one we're meeting is on Tuesday?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the worship associate?
No, for the
No.
no, okay.
We're having a discussion.
Yes, have a discussion. So if you want to know what it is, check out the website or call the office to be sure. All right. Other announcements? I think we got them all. Good deal. All right. Our closing words today are by Ian Huntington Bear. This is for everybody. Everybody here. You are in the story of the world. You are the world coming to know itself. May you trust that all you will ever say or do belongs in the story of the world. Please join us as we extinguish the chalice with the words in your order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May those ideals warm our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. Thank you. You have a blessing for us? Yes.
Go now from this place into the larger world beyond these walls and spread the joy, the love, and the sense of belonging you have here with those who desperately need those feelings to be shown to them. Blessed be.
Thank you. Blessed be. Please join us now in the hymn, number 100 in your gray hymnal. I've got peace like a river. join us for our first Sunday of the month potluck in the social hall. You are welcome to eat at the tables on the porch, where it may be easier to hear should you choose. Thank you.